Good afternoon. This training tape is on the Autopilot table. The Autopilot table is located up here in at a glance, or down here on the left-hand side of the screen. In at a glance, it tells you how many autopilots you have pending. The Autopilot table is a table that lists all of the forms, the emails that you want to send out. We don't automatically send them. You have to come in here and send them every day. Think of it as your outbox. When a form is due to go out, the system will put the form into the Autopilot table so that you can send it on the day it's supposed to go out. Okay, so here's a list of all the forms that you want to send. A couple of things that you need to be aware of. The send to. That's the email address you're sending it to. So if you're missing one, then you will get an error and the email cannot go. Another thing you want to check is the referral status. You want to just glance down there, because if you find one that's closed or canceled or dead, you do not want to send them. So you can highlight the number, that line number, number 24. Press the delete button. It'll make sure, ask you, you sure you want to delete? Press delete current record, and that autopilot will not go. If you're missing an email address, you'd have to find the email address. If you can find it, then you can click the pencil, paste it in, or type it in, the email address, update the record, and the email address will be there and it'll be ready to go. We have the View Detail button. If you want details about the actual referral, you can click View Details and you can look at the actual referral. This is your record in your Autopilot table. Here's additional info about that client, and here is your notes. Okay, so you can do View Details. If you need more information, or you want to make a change, or you want to look at the actual referral record, there's a little trick that you can do. So let's say we want to look at Robinson. If I highlight the line number 1 for Robinson, I minimize my Autopilot table. I'm back at my client list. I press, quick right here. It will pull up Robinson's record. At that point, I can click the pencil. I can go into the to-dos and make a change in there. I can see what's going on. I can even look at the notes, and I can look at other to-dos ready to go out for that customer, or will go out in the future. When you're done, you press No Quick, pull up your Autopilot table from your taskbar, and then you can send them. In the Autopilot table, you can send them all at once. Once you have checked the status, once you have checked to make sure all of the email addresses are there, you come down to the bottom and you can press Send Emails Now. Now, it's asking you, when you send an email, it puts a note into the notes table for that record saying that this form was sent and the date and the person it was sent to. It's asking you if you want this note to be public. In the notes file, you have a choice of making a note public or private. What that means is that on any form that prints notes, usually at the bottom of the form, if you have that note as public, it will go on that form. It will print on that form. If you have the note as private, then that particular note will not go on the form. So for your emails, usually the default will be no, because you don't need anybody else seeing what other emails you have sent out. So you can leave it as no, press Send Emails, and those emails will go out. Now you can, let's say you have a form in your Autopilot table that you don't want to send. Well, you can't just arbitrarily delete it. What you need to do is you need to look under this column that says repeating. If it is false and you don't want to send this for any reason, all you have to do is highlight the number and press delete. And that form will not go out or never go out. This one I can't send because number 2, I don't have an email address and I will not get one. So I click number 2, press delete, and delete it. Okay, so let's say you have an update. Let's see if we have one in here with an email address. Oh, it doesn't look like here. First one, we have an update and we have an email address, and you just received an update on this referral from your agent. Maybe they called you, maybe they sent you an email. So you don't want to send this update to them today, but you do not want to delete it out of here, because if you delete it out of here, if you have set that update to repeat every 14 days, it will not repeat. So that's why you have to look at the repeating. If it says true that it is a repeating email and you do not want to send it, you can click the pencil and you can change the date. So if I don't want to send it today and I want to send it 2 weeks later, I put in 2 weeks, update record. It will take it out of your autopilot table and put it back in on the date that you have assigned to. So you cannot delete out of the autopilot table if it says true, because if it says true, it is repeating and it will never repeat again. You can delete if it says false and you do not want to send the form. So you do want to check your autopilots every day and send out your autopilots. Now, there is, in the users table, there's a setting that you can set that when you log into ReloSpec, every time you log in, this page opens automatically so that it's right there in your face. There's the autopilots. All you have to do is scroll down, press send, and you're done. So you don't have to remember to do it because it'll always be right there. To do that, go to the main menu by clicking this icon. Go to your settings page. Go to your users in the first column. Find yourself, because each user can set it automatically the way they want it. Go to your user, and you'll see in the second column it says display autopilots upon login. Put that as yes, and every time you log in, your autopilot table will open. If you have any autopilots in there, you can just press send. If you don't, you can close it and continue on with your work. Okay, so the 3 steps that you want to remember to do daily is send out your autopilots, look at your responses. This is your inbox. Look and see what you received. And the 3rd step is your tickler report. The tickler report will tell you what emails you've sent out that you're waiting for a response that you haven't received. I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.